Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. What a day for AMC, down 23.72% on the day. Let's get into everything that you need to know as an investor in AMC waiting for the short squeeze. Trust me, there's better times to come. Now, don't trust in me, trust in your own conclusions. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner. I could lose all of my money in AMC. All of my options, all of my shares could go to zero. That is always a possibility, but let's talk probabilities because I think that is a little bit more important. What's happening on the day with AMC stock today? Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, first things first, number one thing, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Number two, share this video with someone that you call your buddy, your friend, your family, your fellow folks, okay? So, what is happening today with AMC stock? Stock's down a lot. You were down a lot in the video I put out earlier today that came out at noon. You were already down like 10%. It was already a rough day. And then what happened? Well, AMC stock conversion can proceed, Delaware's top court says. This is the Supreme Court for the Delaware Chancery Court. They said, yeah, AMC, you can go ahead and do this. Ape holders, they're not entitled to anything. You're good to go. Now, let's see exactly what they said. Quote, it's unclear how long impediments to AMC's ability to raise capital would continue if the status quo were preserved pending appeal, the court said Monday. In an en-back order signed by Chief Justice Collins Seats Jr., issues that an objecting investor identified for appeal can be decided post-closing without risking the serious harm that AMC might suffer if settlement approval is delayed. Under these circumstances, a status quo order pending approval is not warranted, the order said. AMC shares slipped as much as 25% Monday after the court's order became public. The preferred APE units dropped as much as 6.6%. So everything did bad. You're in a very weird market right now. Everything did bad today. Usually you would expect to see if AMC does good, Ape's gonna do bad, and vice versa. Today, they all did bad. Now, it says a 9-figure settlement approved August 11th by Delaware's Court of Chancery cleared a path for AMC to convert its preferred equity units, known as APEs, into common shares. The company has said the APE units would cease trading on August 25th. So this makes you wonder, if APE did bad today, why did AMC sell off as well? Why was AMC down 24% and APE was also down 6.5%? That makes no sense in regards to what we have seen recently, in regards to an actual conversion. So it looks like part of what the rally you've seen with APE recently has actually been pricing in to some degree maybe a settlement for APE stockholders as well. This is absolutely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this, at least from my recollection, of combining preferred and common share classes. So ultimately, what's going on here, right? Big over-exaggeration. This is nothing new from what we have already heard. As I said in Sunday's video, I said there was a small chance, less than a 5% chance, that the courts actually delay this. Odds are we're going to go as planned. We're going to get that reverse split. We're going to get everything that we're expecting August 25th. Now, it seems like the markets just over-exaggerate everything when it comes down to AMC stock, and it looks like you're seeing a massive short attack here today. AMC stock hit a low of $3.05 per share. Again, at the same time, APE also fell. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's take a look at the option activity, and lo and behold, 228 orders totaling $43.5 million with a positive order value of 3%. Shorting attack much? Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. On Friday, you had positive order value of 17% with half of the amount of trades totaling $46 million. And that was 17% positive. Today, it's 3%. It looks like you are seeing the shorts coming out in full steam ahead, shorting every share possibly they can of AMC stock. And this is wreaking havoc on the cost to borrow fees. Cost to borrow max is 1,060%. Cost to borrow average is 1,010%. Cost to borrow minimum 956%. No matter which way you want to put it, this is a lose-lose for hedge funds at this point. Drop 25%, doesn't matter. Drop 50%, doesn't matter. Hedge funds, institutions paying 1,000% cost to borrow fees right now is almost 3% every single day. And the average days out on loan in these short positions have been active for 3-4 months now. The average days out on loan is over 130 days. That means that there's no potential profit left to be had in AMC short positions. So this begs the question of what's going to happen next. Now, if you did not have a bullish position on AMC, obviously every time AMC hits a low, it's usually a good time to initiate a long position, because usually once you hit the low, you bounce from that, right? That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty stock market 101 kind of knowledge and information. That's pretty typical. But with AMC, this time around could be different. And I know we've said that before and you've heard that before, but this time really could be different, because what you're actually seeing today and what's causing AMC to fall is fears of dilution. Now, we didn't get any new information today, right? We just didn't. This court proceeding, everyone knew. I knew there was a 5% or less chance that this was actually going to be delayed from here. And it obviously did not, because we knew it was not going to get delayed. So this was an opportunity for the short sellers to take on massive short positions and to really continue to do exactly what they have been doing, but in even bigger numbers. That's what happened today. So I think this is a big fake out and short attack, if I were to say so myself. Ultimately, there's no profitable trade in shorting AMC when these cost of borrow fees are this high. So I think after Thursday, or right before or right after Thursday, that's where you start to get some shorts maybe covering on short positions. And by my estimates, based off of what we are seeing today, you've seen about 112 million shares trading hands. It looks like, per the volume analysis on AMC stock, a lot of the volume was actually selling, right? So a lot of shorts did take on short positions today. Could be 10, 15 million shares, 20 million shares that were actually shorted today to drop the stock almost 24%. This can add to the short interest and likely even push us to a higher level than where we have been at throughout this entire cycle so far. Now, current numbers. 27.95% estimated short interest of free float, $590 million worth of short positions in AMC. Days to cover at 4.83, 144.33 million shares that are currently sold short, 205 million shares that are currently out on loan. Cost of borrow fees 315.5%, utilization sitting at 90.4%, short score of 91.65 out of 100. So all of the data still looks the same. All of the data looks beautiful if you're in the camp of wanting to see a short squeeze. You couldn't ask for anything better. You're in excessively high short interest levels. But I think a lot of people do also fail to remember that the option activity that we are seeing every single day is also having a very much synthetic shorting pressure on AMC stock. And this synthetic shorting, it works by market makers. So market makers, they make massive trades. They are in and out all of the time. When you see a lot of bearish options placed on AMC stock like we've seen today, well, it's a lot of shorting pressure that the market makers have to go out and do. But the market makers are very fluid, and this is why they do not report their short positions. If they did, well, the AMC short interest would be in the 50 or 60% range, or more than that. If you're looking at the free float that's currently sold short, you're in the hundreds of percent ranges. And this is data that we know, as long as retail investors still own AMC. And it looks like, by looking at some of these videos, looking at Twitter for AMC, well, there's a lot of people that are still keeping up to date with AMC. So I don't think it's a fair assumption to say all retail investors, or a majority of retail investors, have sold out of their AMC positions. That is obviously not the case. Now, if we look at the option activity, there is a lot of dry powder that could potentially, by the end of this week, cause a big rally in AMC, especially from the bottoms here. It makes a whole lot of sense now to buy AMC or to go long in AMC. The lower the price of AMC, the less risky it is to take on a long position or to buy the stock or buy calls, right? It's common sense. You want to buy the stock, or any stock for that matter, when it's at the lows rather than the highs. Now, for this Friday, you're looking at 1,500 calls currently in the money. Out the money calls at 427,000. In the money puts at 449,000. Out the money puts at 248,000. So some massive option activity that you are currently seeing on AMC stock. And obviously, just look at that. 1,500 calls in the money. 427,000 calls out the money. That's a lot of potential dry powder if you do see a move up in AMC. Same thing on the put side, right? 449,000 puts in the money, 248,000 out the money. That's almost a 2-to-1 ratio, right? That is out the money compared to in the money. Huge, huge, huge numbers that we are seeing here. This could be a very big deal. These calls, that controls about 42 million shares potentially that would need to be bought by the market makers in an event where AMC did, rise and rally. Not to mention, if more calls were to be bought by the end of this week, which today is Monday, I'm sure there will be more call buyers by the end of this week. With the in-the-money puts, that's about 50 million shares that could potentially be bought by the market makers if you did see AMC stock make a move to the upside. Now, something that is also positive that you should not lose sight of is the FTD numbers. Now, the FTD numbers are off the dang chain. Ever since we did get the announcement from the courts, FTDs have spiked yet again, and I'm sure over the next couple of days, once we get the next issuance of FTD numbers, you're probably going to spike again, and you're probably going to trade in this 10 to 15 million range for FTDs every single day until we ultimately do get the short squeeze and shorts getting squeezed out of position. So what we actually seen today was FTDs of about 10 million. Tomorrow you ramp up to 12 million, and the rest of this week you're basically at about 11.2 million to about 12 million on the high end. So some very extreme numbers that you're seeing here. In AMC stock, if we look at this on a technical basis, you have yet again gap down. So odds are the stock does not continue to fall from here, right? Odds are if the stock stays about the same as where we are at right now, you're going to open for trading come Thursday post reverse split at about $30 per share. This creates a very big opportunity because when these classes of shares are actually converted, that puts even more pressure on the shorts because at that point you've eked out any of the potential profits that you could have made on this trade. And AMC stock is obviously severely oversold at the time of recording this video. Once the RSI actually does update for the day, you're going to be well under 30 based off of this drop that we are seeing, guys. So there's all that information. I do expect more volatility around Thursday. If nothing happens until Thursday, I would not be surprised, but I do think we're more skewed towards that upside move. That's at least what makes a lot of sense to me. I don't see us just continuing to fall from here after a 24% down day. So even if you're someone that does not believe in the MOS, right now looks like a pretty good opportunity to buy yourself a long position. So there is that. As far as other things we have going for us in the markets, on Wednesday you're going to have NVIDIA earnings. That is going to be the main catalyst. If you guys are trading or investing in any other stocks, options, or crypto, that is something that you need to know. If you guys want to come do that with us live in real time, I send out all of my trades as well as other members in the trading community. Link down below in the description of this video. Highly recommend you guys get a part of the action over there. Come ask me questions, come ask other members questions, get your questions answered. If you have questions, want to know how to hedge your portfolio, literally anything over there, that is definitely your place to be. So that's basically it. There's really not too much else to say here, right? AMC stock fell off the same information that we knew. It was an opportunity for shorts to go on the offensive. That's how these things work. They go on the offensive when they have a good opportunity to, right? When the stock is vulnerable, when there's new information, even if it's not new information, if it's new on the day, they go on the offensive. They short the stock. That's exactly what happened today. I would imagine this puts the short interest at a fresh new high of this cycle, which should be very encouraging. And then after the reverse split, some of those options could even pay out a lot more because you could see bigger dollar movements. And that's something I'm watching for very closely and pretty excited for, to be quite honest with you guys. So that's going to do it. We also do have Fed Jerome Powell Friday. I don't know how big that's going to be just because we're going to be reacting to NVIDIA earnings. On Wednesday, you have durable goods orders as well. Fed Jerome Powell will be important, though. If he says something that we're not expecting, throws us a curveball, that's something to definitely watch out for. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.